Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth. And salutations to the sincere Akim and Akwith that may listen. May the blessing of election be over your house. My name is Brother Requai, back in here with another video. And today I'm just going to be reacting to a quick news article I came across recently. And it's about this guy named Andrew Tate. So, I don't know, for those who may not know, Andrew Tate is this guy that's on YouTube. And I think he was formerly like a kickboxing champion in the UK. And he's been, popular over YouTube over the past, I guess, couple of months or so, because he's been speaking a lot about, traditional masculinity and, his views on women and stuff like that. And recently, an article came out that saying that he was banned, right? So I'm just going to dissect some of the things that, that he said. I'm going to go through the article a little bit and then filter it through the scriptures, because I think there's parts where he does go off, and then there's parts where, he's actually sound, right? So let's get this article real quick. So this is TikTok and Meta ban the self-described and misogynist Andrew Tate. So in videos splashed across the internet, Andrew Tate, a one-time kickboxing champion, turned himself self-styled men's help guru, has argued that women are property of their husbands and should have kids, sit at home, be quiet, and make coffee. All right, so I'm guessing these are some of his quotes. He has claimed that he needs authority over women he dates, saying you can't be responsible for a dog if it doesn't obey you. He said that he would attack a woman who accused him of cheating and described himself as an absolutely a misogynist. His fans called him a king of toxic masculinity. Tate's content has rapidly spread across social media this summer, racking up millions of views, raising concerns about the impact of boys and young men who come across it. After seeing popularity spike over recent months, he has bragged about his reach. All right, so let's skip that. But let's actually, before I continue, let's actually deal with this first paragraph here. He has claimed that he needs authority over the women that he dates. Wait, that's not it, Salakia. He argued that women are the property of their husbands and should have kids, sit at home, be quiet, and make coffee. So, this is the part where he is sound, because the scriptures do talk about a woman being a possession, right? So let's get that first one. So that's in, is it, let's see, right? So this is Ecclesiasticus 36:24, and it reads that he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help unto himself, and a pillar of rest, right? So this is what he's talking about, right? This is what the role of a wife is supposed to do. Unfortunately, because of the consequences of broken families and feminism, women don't learn these things. They don't learn to be a pillar of rest. They don't learn to actually appreciate, having children as a blessing. They want to chase the bag and the career. And these are the things that make them more masculine. These are the things that society judges men on. Women are not judged on these things, right? So this is all a bunch of confusion because they're believing in their mind, wholeheartedly that, men and women are the same and we're not, right? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh and the Most High, through His Son Yahweh Shai, they have created order, right? There's no equality ever, and it's never existed, right? Let's actually get that really quickly. So this is to explain the order that the Heavenly Father has created. This is 1 Corinthians 11:3, and it reads, "But I have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of every woman is the man, and the head of Yamashiach is the Most High Yahweh," right? So it's clearly describing an order to these things. So you have the Most High who's on top, then you have, his son Yahweh Shai, and then you have man, and then you have woman, and then you have children, right? So everybody has their place, everything has its order, right? That's how the Heavenly Father, through His Son, has created everything, right? So this is the confusion that is bred upon in Babylon the Great, which is America, right? So let's get back to the article. Oh. Let's see. In a statement to the Washington Post, a TikTok representative said Tate's account was removed for violating policies that bar content that attacks, threatens, incites violence against, or otherwise dehumanizes an individual or group based on attributes including sex. Let's see. There's a point I wanted to also get to where he does talk about traditional okay, so here it is. The effect of Tate's brand of vitriolic misogyny. I should Google. Actually, hold on. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Vitro. There we go. Okay, I think it's, let's see here. From vitriol, biting, caustic, very severe. Let's see what this. Okay, let's see. Of glass, glassy, bitter or caustic feelings. So it sounds like to me it's like somebody who has this ill feelings towards women, basically, in this context. All right, so let's get back to the article. So the brand of vitriolic misogyny can have on the young male audience is deeply concerning. Hope Not Hate said. His content is widely celebrated by his fans for having brought back traditional masculinity. However, we also know that misogyny can be a gateway for other extreme or discriminatory views. And you know what? Some of his views are sound, according to the Bible, but some of it's off because their definition of of like a so-called like high value man is based on how much wealth you acquire, And the part where he would go off is the fact that it's his knowledge is not based on, number one, the scriptures, and they don't discuss the importance of wisdom, or wisdom from the scriptures, and character, right? They talk about a lot of these carnal things, right? This is why a lot of men are they're confused and they don't know what their purpose is. And one of the purposes, one of the purpose of of an Israelite man, actually, let me just get that, going into the purpose, because this is one of the things that he talks about. Let's see. Oh, no, I have the wrong script. Okay, so it's Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of man. So this is our purpose, as an Israelite man, that we keep the commandments of the Most High, right? And once you keep this is our knowledge and this is our wisdom. These, because it teaches us and it teaches our children what the things that we should do and the things that we should not do. So it prevents us from getting into trouble, right? And it also keeps us, because this is our wisdom and our sight in the sight of these other nations, right? When you do these things, pursuant to Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Actually, I can get that as well. Okay, so this is Deuteronomy 4 and 5, going back to the commandments, right? So these are the things that they don't talk about, these manosphere guys, right? Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Okay, so this is verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which they shall all hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So this is the wisdom portion that I'm referring to, right? That the Most High is referring to, Salakia. That these are the things that give us elevation and keep us noble, keep us clean, and reminds us this is how we're supposed to relate with each other. That's our duty as an Israelite man, because they talk about man's purpose and all these carnal things in the world, but they don't talk about another element, and they don't talk about the importance of having wisdom. It's all about the nicest car you drive, or the nicest the biggest house you have. Before you, even if you were to do all these things, right, you still need to have a level of wisdom to be able to manage these things at the same time. So it all goes back to wisdom at the end of the day. Wisdom is truly the principal thing that we should strive for, especially wisdom according to the scriptures, right? Let's get another script. So this is Proverbs 4 and 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Verse 6. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. That's right. So, when you have, the wisdom of the knowledge of the Most High, it teaches you to be able to get through certain situations throughout your daily life, right? It teaches you to handle different situations, right? And it teaches you as well to even get out of situations, right? As well. Love her. and she shall keep thee. Right? So wisdom can also preserve your life. That's how valuable it is. That's how valuable the knowledge of the scriptures is. Right? Verse 7, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all that getting, get understanding. Right? So this is the most thing that we should treasure, and this is one of the things that unfortunately they neglect. Right? They don't talk about the wisdom. They don't talk about prophecy. They don't talk about history. They don't talk about the importance of what is necessary, right? What a man should have, how a man should operate, right? So these are the things that they're neglecting. That that's where they go off. They talk about a lot of carnal things, the things that you can acquire in this world, right? But unfortunately, that kind of wisdom of the scriptures is actually neglected in this world, right? I think I have another script on that. So this is Ecclesiastes 9 and 16. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. So this is why a lot of people flock to guys like the Andrew Tate, people like Kevin Samuels, and all these other guys, right? Because they have they look the part, they have their lineups, they have their well-dressed suits or chimpanzee suits, like like the Apostle Gabar likes to say. Salakia. Their wisdom is something that is of treasure to this world, right? What they have to say, because people hold them, they see their image, especially on social media. They see that image, they look all nice, clean, well shaped up and everything, and their wisdom is held in a very high regard, right? So let's read verse 17, and it reads, the words of wise men are heard in quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Right? So the words of wise men, especially the poor man's wisdom, like in this society, we're not as seen as the apostles and elders and down. They're not seen as men of extremely high regard, right? Even though they have a tremendous and plethora amount of wisdom, right? So yeah, this is what I really wanted to touch on. Oh, verse 18, let's actually get this one as well. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good, right? So wisdom is actually truly, especially wisdom specifically of the Holy Bible, is very, very precious, right? Because it can teach you how to get out of situations and even preserve your life, right? A weapon can't do that, right? So anyways, that's one of the things I wanted to touch on. I know I kind of went off on a little tangent, but hopefully this video was edifying. And I'd just like to say all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. Till next time, I say Shalom.